Hey guys, Camera 15, jump on my co-host, Red Wolf, back at it with another video for you guys. We're here obviously to talk Solo Leveling, Season 2, Episode 1, finally, but I do want to make this quick update. Obviously for those in California, from the bottom part of my heart and my co-host's heart, it sucks that what's going on is crazy. So far, people in my circle, they haven't been impacted to where they had to evacuate. But there are people like social media people that I do know on social media. They did lose their homes, sadly. And yeah. Um, for us, it's not impacting us. The worst we get is just the bad wind. But we do want to take this time to be sympathetic for obviously just not only obviously adults, but people our age, but even children that are even younger than us that basically lost everything in this crazy fire that's been happening. So whether you're somebody from California, you're checking this video out, and things like that, hopefully we can inspire and get videos out to you guys and make you guys feel happy, at least have some joy and happiness to take away from the pain that you guys may be going through. But yeah, anything to say?
Yeah, just same as what Cameron says. That was some crazy fire we had, and all I always say is I wish all the families who lost their homes good health, and hopefully they'll be able to recover from all this. But I know it's not easy, but
Yeah. And there still is fire spreading and evacuations going. So, if you're in one of these areas where it's an evacuation like area, please, I understand you may not want to, but please leave your home. We don't want obviously you getting caught up in the fire, and I don't want to get more grim here, but you know what I'm referring to. But, you know, it's more about the safety of your families and yourself, and all these stuff in your house, they mean little to what can mean to you for your life. So we don't always try to get so serious on world topics, but I was something that I wanted to bring, and hopefully our videos for the coming days and weeks and months, because I figured this is going to be a whole, it's definitely gonna be more than just a week thing. It's going to be a whole month, maybe months, till people get back to normal, because you just look at the videos and you see just nothing. You just feel absolutely heartbroken for these people that lost everything. So, yeah, but anyways, to go off on that somber note, I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you're being safe. Keep everybody's thoughts and prayers in your guys' hearts. And hopefully everybody can pull together. Hopefully these winds can stop, so then these fires can get contained and not spread any further. Um,
the wind was even stronger this morning.
yeah, yeah. It's when you combine fire with wind, it's not good. And then the fact that we're also low on water, it doesn't help either.
Mm.
Um, moving on. Hopefully we can make as many videos to make you guys laugh, happy, and get through the pain, because that's realistically what we try to do here. But Solo Leveling Season 2, Episode 1. Nice starting point to what we get here. No, we did not go to the movie theaters when they did the 2 episode special, the first 2 episodes of season 1. I didn't do that this time. We did it for Demon Slayer, but not not Solo Leveling, right?
Yeah, back then I feel like I should have just waited until the 2 episodes came out on Crunchyroll because I didn't feel like I should be spending the money on that. But I digress. But yes, so want me to start off how this episode started, or
No, I can start off. I can start off.
because I know you don't want me to show you up again like I did the
I
last
can
time.
start. I can start it off. So, um, You essentially the episode starts off one, you obviously you do kind of get your recap about what's been going on in the story of Solo Leveling season 1 about Jinwoo and everything that he went through and stuff like that. We do have it to where the guildmaster end up telling, like, I guess the overarching boss of White Tiger about what happened on Jeju Island, about essentially the creatures evolving and they're
Mhm.
growing wings, and albeit they can't fly far, they're given the threats of like, well, they may not be able to fly far now, but if we give them some time, well, it could be over.
Yeah, it could be an all-out human versus monster war.
Yes,
It,
because we've seen in past episodes, the fear is the reason why these hunters go into gates is to take out like basically the boss areas and the monsters within the gate, leave the gate closes, right?
yes.
But it leaves, if it stays open and these monsters are smart enough, they will go through the gate and they can get into the real world. We saw that in one instance,
Well,
um, back in season 1 when Jinwoo started to understand his powers a bit more, right?
yeah. I, it's not exactly. It's more like if the gate stays open for too long and you know the boss doesn't get defeated in time, that the gate eventually like causes like a an outbreak, and yes, and the monsters would be allowed to leave after a while. And I'm guessing that's what happened in Jeju Island. I guess that the monsters were like the monsters left, and they were not able to beat them in time, and eventually they started to get overpowered. So
Yep. So that's where that whole situation. Now the old man is like, So it looks like he might be preparing something to do. But we obviously have the recap of season 1 in a nice short and
yeah, I was gonna say, shouldn't we have started off with Jinwoo's scene instead, since it started out with him sleeping with
I was about to say that, but okay.
yeah, shouldn't we have started out with that though?
Well, I'm not going with things word by word, but anyways,
Yeah,
I know this series means a lot to you.
yeah, I know, but
Anyways,
I just don't want the audience to be confused.
so Jinwoo's sleeping, and he gets a call from his sister, Jinna. Yes, the very voluptuous Jinna. The great special Jinna. As you can tell, I'm simping for Jinna.
Yeah, that incest sister.
She basically calls me, he's like, what? And she's like, you do know what day it is. And she basically tells him, like, it's my parent-teacher conference thing you need to attend. And he's like, oh shit, I gotta get up. So, one, can I just say this? The opening is badass. The opening is great.
Yeah, and it's sung by one of my favorite singers of all time, Lisa.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, you may know her as the one who also sings the songs for SAO, Demon Slayer, all that good shit. You all know her, and she's also singing with this guy from Stray Kids. I forgot his name. I forgot his name, but the band name is Stray Kids. So,
Okay, there you go.
mhm,
But the opening's great. The visuals look amazing. I just
mhm.
can't wait to see what we get into this season. But we come back. Jenna's like, uh, is that what you're actually wearing and everything? And he's like,
Oh yeah, and I think we mentioned this in the past in the last episode, but yeah, he cut his hair and he has that kind of a bob
bowl
cut.
cut, something
Yeah,
like.
yeah, yeah. He's like, "What? Do it look bad?" And she's all like, "Well, not bad. I just did not expect that from you, you know." And, yeah,
Probably just like, oh my god, my brother is hot now.
shout out to sister leveling, I guess. And yes, Jinwoo was like, well, I can't show up in a tracksuit, can I? So
Yeah,
might as well
look, he's looking professional. He's looking professional. You can at least say that.
very, very professional. Listen, I'm not gay, but I can appreciate the looks. I can appreciate the looks.
So he's walking through obviously the class. There's a hallway to get to his sister's teacher conference meeting, and all the other girls are like, "Oh my God, who is that? He's so hot." And Jenna, in the most funniest way, is like, I know you don't got a girlfriend. It would have been Juhi, but I know you don't got a girlfriend. I could introduce you to them. And he grabs her cheek. He's like, basically like, cut it out right now.
Yeah. Urasaya.
Which is funny. And second of all, I'm like, I don't know why she would do that, because these girls gotta be like 16, 17 years old.
Japan works differently. Let's be real. Japan works differently.
Yeah, I guess so. But I did find that funny. Obviously it's just like with the nurses from the damn hospital where they're just simping massively. So if this is gonna be the new gag where he goes into a group and it's a bunch of girls and they just start simping of how hot he looks, well, it's a funny gag to see because it's hilarious to see all these girls drooling.
I mean, before when it's back at the nurse's office, he wasn't really understanding what the nurse was asking for his phone number. So, so I guess he gets the idea now that Jenna is like mentioning it to him.
Yeah, maybe that's also another reason she's mentioning it. So that's the thing. It is surprising how the other girls he's somewhat interact with, like for example, Juhi, she kind of wasn't like, but then again, her mental state wasn't good. But regardless, I also found it quite shocking that the teacher wasn't kind of like, oh my goodness, can I have your number? But anyways,
the teacher's like looks like a wise old lady, anyways.
But the teacher basically says that Jenna is doing good in school and everything, and she's progressing towards, getting to the college she wants to do to achieve her dreams of being a doctor. She just basically tells Jinwoo, like, hey, don't stress her out for these tests and everything, and you'll be fine. And Jinwoo's like, okay. But the teacher makes mention, she's like, but there is exactly one more problem. What is that problem?
Well, she asked if Jinha were to awaken, would you have allowed her to become a hunter? And Jinwoo was kind of shocked at that question, but then he responded, "No, I wouldn't." And she was like, "I figured." And he's like, "Why do you ask?" Then she ends the conversation by saying, "I know this is a lot to ask, but..." And then we cut to after that meeting, and we cut over to what's her name again? I forgot her name.
I got it. Han Song-yi.
Song-hee?
Ha Song-yi.
Ha Song-hee? Yeah, Ha Song-hee, yes, in the little earring that we saw in
Hawaii.
Anyways, she walks out and she sees Jinwoo just waiting out there, and she's like, she looks at him confused, like, wait, aren't you that guy from those raids? And he pulls up a picture of Jenha and himself, and he goes like, are you her friend? And she's like, wait, you're Jenna's brother? Jinwoo, yeah, and this is when Jin was like, small world, huh?
Yes. So we find out she's an E rank hunter, and essentially she basically is like, look, if you're trying to get me out of doing what you think, it's not going to happen. He's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. Come on, let's go. And she's like, huh?
Yeah, he wasn't there to tell her to stop. I think here is where, like, Jinwoo can kind of relate to her, since he was basically,
he was an E rank, yeah, and I think the whole purpose is also too. I think he probably wants to show her like, hey, this is what goes on in a dungeon. It's up to you if you want to continue to do this, or you can stop now and focus on your life or your school life right now. I think that's kind of the purpose of what he's doing. To just set an example, and he could also say like, look, you know, I was in your shoes and I damn near almost died. And you're young, and I don't want, you know, you to lose your life for really, to be honest, meaningless reasons, but also I don't want my sisters to lose her best friend. So they go to this gate, and we see the individuals he damn near threatened the last time from the White Tiger Guild.
Yes, so I guess they're allies for now.
Yes. So they're taking care of this gate that they did, and I guess it seems like he pre-ordered this to work alongside them for this one time. I'm guessing he must have called them because he does have their number. So basically, there's this squad hit team. It consists of one A rank. This one A rank, can I just say, he is an absolute pain in my ass. I did not like this character, and he's the type of character that I want to see die.
Well, yeah, I knew the moment he goes, I can't believe I'm stuck babysitting two E ranks. One is bad enough, he says, and yeah, let's be real. He got cocky, and not only that, he made this. Well, I'll tell you when we go a little further in, but he made a super dumb decision the moment they won it.
Yes. Now we're actually going to cut away from that because we cut over to the airport.
Oh yes. You guys can probably already guess who is coming in from the airports. Mr. S rank hunter Dong Soo Hwang.
Yes. He has arrived in Japan. Now, the one guy that did warn Jinwoo, saying like, hey, I think you might want to grab your family and move. He basically is like, I didn't expect you to be here this fast. And the dude is like, oh, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to stop me or something? Because if you try to stop me, I won't. You're going to get this action. He's like, I'm going to take out the freaking D rank and I'm going to get the E rank too. And he has one of the most he gives all the energy is like, oh, you don't want to fuck with this guy.
Yeah, one of the monsters that even the monsters fear.
Yes. And I'm just like, oh, now look, I expected him to show up at some point. I didn't expect it this soon. And it seems like we could be getting this fight in by episode 3 or 4. Maybe episode 2.
Maybe.
I just saw this, I'm like, oh, great. The last thing we needed is this guy. Oh, man. And he did say, I'm going to get them in a dungeon. I'm going to kill them. Because just like the meaning in Vegas, what stays in Vegas or whatever it is, what happens in the dungeon stays in the dungeon.
Yeah, when you say that, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Wait,
yes.
Going.
Anyways, we cut back to Jinwoo's group. So the party's all ready. They step through the gate. They're in this dungeon area, but then things are going crazy, and Jinwoo gets his senses go off, and like you see these red flickering everything, and then he turns back and he sees the gate is like turning red, and then he sees something up and he's like, wait, this ain't right. He grabs Ha Song Yi and he tries to push himself out of the portal and try to get them out, right? Or get both of them out. But he tells the people, he's like, hey, you need to call your strike team right now. This is a red gate. You need to do something fast. But he gets pushed back into it. And then once, he blacks out, but then he reawakens. And they're in this winter wonderland. That's not exactly a winter wonderland.
Yeah. This is when they some of them start to learn about red gates, and red gates are essentially, unlike normal gates, you won't be able to get out until you actually beat the boss. 'Cause normally in red gates you can just go. Normally in normal gates you can like go in and out whenever, but that's not the case for red gates. Once you're in there, you're stuck there. until you clear it. And unlike normal gates, the monsters there are abnormally stronger. So.
Yeah, very much stronger. And it doesn't get any better because we start getting people getting murked already.
Yeah, it starts off with two arrows firing at the squad. One of them almost killed two of them. Well, one of them.
Yes.
Rest in peace.
Yes.
Yeah, but Jinwoo saved
Ha-song E.
Yeah, awesome. I can never get used to that name.
Yes, he saves her, and he holds her tight to the chest too, which is an adorable moment. Which I have to wonder, is she gonna start simping for him after this incident?
I think at this point all the girls are gonna start simping for him. At this point.
So in the meantime, and he sees like they're like frozen or ice elves or whatever that fire, but then they disappear out of the blue, right?
Yeah.
So this is when the A rank he takes charge, and he comes up with a plan.
Yeah, he for some reason decided, I think it's best if we split up because even I'm not able to command this many people at once. So I'm gonna ask for volunteers to come with me, and the other like lower ranks can go their separate ways. And
so the funny part is he basically was like, I'm gonna go my own separate way because I'm gonna save my own ass, right? And the weak ones, well, you guys can go find another way, right? Which means he was basically gonna sacrifice them so he could try to find a way to get out.
Yeah. As you can see, some of them were like in fear when he mentioned them. Like, don't look depressed. Once we beat the boss, we'll be able to all go home. So just stay alive until then.
You'd all be able to go home if you all work together. Now, the one girl who's another strong member in the group, right? I think she said she's a B rank, right?
Yeah, she's a B rank.
She could tell that Jinwoo's hiding something because she saw how Jinwoo caught the arrow in that quick of an instant, right? So she basically tells the A rank, like, hey dude, I'm gonna stick behind and stay with these guys. And he's like, all right, fine. She goes with the Jinwoo and she basically is like, look, I know you look stronger than what you say you are. You're not an E rank. I know what you are.
Yeah, but Jinwoo didn't say anything though. He just looks the other way.
Yes. She's quite cute. I like her.
I have a feeling that we're gonna be seeing a lot of hot girls in this series.
Listen, if she's gonna be in this joint operation with Jeju Island with Cha Hae, I'm all for it. She's a snack. I don't know who her name is. I don't know what this girl's name is, but I need more of her.
Honestly, if when it comes down to the Jeju Island stuff, I have a feeling that it'll have to be A rank or higher, and she's a B rank, so I don't think she's.
That is true. That is true. Yeah. So they basically are walking to find a way, or maybe run into the boss, but then they gotta go up against ice bears.
Your animal, my friend.
They're not my animals. These are aggressive, dangerous polar bears.
So normal bears are not dangerous?
No, they're not. They're not. They are dangerous. Some of them are, but not all of them, as long as you don't mess with them. Anyways, yep. They start a fight out with these things. There was one, I think that one of them puts up a shield, and oh my goodness, poor bear's hand, his entire claw gets shattered.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give this A rank the benefit of the doubt. He's pretty strong. He is pretty strong.
Yes.
And there's only so much he can do on his own.
Yeah.
So.
They take out the bears and they continue on. While Jinwoo and his group, Jinwoo basically tells his group, like, look, can we keep this between us? Don't tell anybody. Nothing, right? So one, he pulls things out of his inventory, and he gets these nice fur jackets for everybody. Nice.
and they were all like, "That's summoning magic."
Yes.
Because as we already know, they don't see the system thing. So.
Yeah, they're not able to see the system. So what he ends up doing is he ends up summoning his Arisen army.
Well, not there yet, dude. Not there
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, I know.
Yes, but yes, he takes out some bears, and they actually start eating some bear meat, which is
Yeah, hey, look, I would think these animals are these creatures are edible to eat as long as you, I
yes,
guess, take out any poisons or something that they may have.
yeah, if you cook it right, and
And listen, bear, you can't eat bear in the real world. I wouldn't be eating bear though.
because you are a bear.
No, I would not be eating bears at all. There's something to do. See, that's like eating duck.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah, or it's like eating frog legs. People eat frog legs apparently.
Duck is pretty good.
You've eaten frog legs before?
No, not frog legs. I said duck. I didn't say frog legs.
I cannot eat no duck legs.
Is
I heard
there-
that. You know, there was this NFL player that said he ate raccoon.
Okay, that's where I crossed the line. Okay.
Yeah. Apparently, raccoon is something to eat. You can eat raccoon.
Anyways, let's cut over to Jinwoo while the group were eating bear meat. And yes, this is where he calls forth the Shadow Army against the bears that are coming out of the cave.
Yes.
Mhm.
So, and then also was it the main leader of the polar bears was also there too, correct?
Yes, but that he doesn't come until later, until after most of the bears were like killed, and of course the main shadow he summoned,
Egress, the Red
Mhm.
Blood Knight.
From now on, you're just Egress.
Anyways, we cut over to the A rank, and that shit is not looking good for him.
Yeah.
All of his members look like they might be dead or on the brink of death, and
Yeah, they're all dead. That scene ended with him panting and screaming his lungs out after seeing his squad members getting murked
by the
he
ice
just-
elves.
Yeah, he just ran in fear. I don't know if he died. I would assume he died, but
I would
don't know if
assume
he-
they died. They must have fought. They had to have shot an arrow at him in his back.
Yeah, they didn't show it, but I would assume
Yes.
he'll either get shot by an arrow or just die from the cold, because he looks really cold too. So
Yeah, good riddance for him. I did not like his character. That's what he gets. So hopefully they show the dead body. And then also too, we cut back to the real world, and Mr. What's the name of the H again?
Dong Su Huang.
Yeah, Don Husuang. He shows up at the Red Gate.
Dong Su Huang.
I'm not even do it. He shows up at the gate. And the one guy who's another guild master who we saw earlier in season 1, he got the call about this, right? And he showed up. And then obviously dude shows up and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And he's like, "Oh, please, are you trying here to stop me? I'm here to do my mission." And we know what his mission is.
Yeah, he goes on to ask, what is an E rank doing in a red gate right now? No, in a white tiger gate right now. And
Yeah.
he's like, what? That guy Song Jinwoo, he's in there. Then he was like, so he's after him too, huh?
Yeah. And we're kind of left up on a cliffhanger with where the story goes next. But it's not good.
I have a feeling that he's not going to stay there for long. I think he's just going to get impatient and just come back some other time to look for him.
I think he's gonna walk into the damn gate.
Maybe. I don't know where the story is going.
Yeah, I don't know. These episodes coming on Saturday, correct?
Yes. To my knowledge, yes.
Yeah, Saturday. But yeah, but regardless, we'll be back next Saturday. We'll be are back this upcoming Saturday to talk solo leveling season 2, but no, we're here to talk current solo leveling. I'm glad to finally talk about new content. I'm very excited for this season, and things like that. But if you guys like the video, leave a like, put in the comment section your thoughts, hit the subscribe button if you want to get more solo leveling content or any other anime content we upload to the channel. And again, like we echoed in the very first start off to the video, hopefully everybody's doing safe. Again, prayers and wishes to those that are obviously caught up in this whole incident in California, um, and things like that. But that's all I gotta say. And until then, guys, see you guys in the next video. Peace.